Hey guys, welcome to the stream. I just got home, so I'm eating something and we'll be starting the stream shortly. So basically what we're gonna do today, I'm just gonna test one unit. It is going to be a Regnan Archer, and we're gonna test the weapon. So let's see what the weapon actually does. It's going to be a rather quick stream today. I'm not gonna go into an in-depth testing. Basically, what I want to show you guys is how this weapon works. So let's go through the description of the weapon called Miracle. Obviously, it requires Void Mithril, which is quite expensive. So this is why I want to show you guys certain thresholds about this weapon, see where it actually is quite good at. So at the Awakened Heart of the Ocean, when the Regnan Archer units die, they have a 50% chance to resurrect and recover 30% HP. Each unit can trigger this effect up to 2 times. So a chance to resurrect, which is quite nice because they're quite squishy. However, in the current meta, if you main in Castle, they should be alright, and before they die, they usually just burst the enemies, which you're gonna see. At 1 star, each time Regnan Archer triggers Heart of the Ocean, which is that. Increases unit damage reduction by 30% and tenacity by 400 for 3 seconds, and it cannot be stacked, so it's just one buff. However, can trigger 2 times, so a damage reduction of 40% and tenacity by 400. That is quite good against devils such who can actually get into the backline and start nuking your backline. So maybe today I'll actually play against Zeron formation. Maybe first 2 levels, so we'll see how it actually performs. I'm not gonna focus on the spreadsheets tonight. Just want to see how this weapon performs and what it does actually. 2 stars increases Regnan Archer units damage by 25% and unit damage reduction by 5%. Okay, so that's quite significant damage increase boost. Then at 3 stars, it unlocks a skill called Mythical Arrow. Regnan Archer masters 1 arrow imbued with mythical power every 8 seconds. Clean damage equal to 120% of attack damage to the target unit and triggers one of the following effects at random. Ocean Current increases attack speed by 300. Wow, for 5 seconds. That is big. It's a little less than Frenzy, but it can happen every 8 seconds and the duration is for 5 seconds. If you're lucky and you get that, you can melt the tanks. Whirlpool summons a whirlpool at the feet of the nearest enemy unit, preventing enemy units in a smaller range from attacking or casting skills. For 3 seconds, quite good. CC, you can take care of Naga, okay, because she won't be able to cast the skill, so works like a silence. Well, it's actually not a silence, but works similar. And a Storm randomly attacks for enemy units on the battlefield, dealing damage equal to 10% of max HP. Okay, so a burst damage, not bad. Hurricane summons a hurricane in the target unit location, which purifies enemy units in a small range once every 3 seconds. Doesn't explain what purification does, probably removes all the buffs and stuff like that. That's my guess, but should be explained somewhere, but it's not. At 4 star, each time Regnan Archer triggers Mythical Arrow, increases attack and attack speed of all friendly COV units by 20% each for 6 seconds. Okay, so you can get it every 8 seconds, and you'll only miss this buff 2 seconds at a time. Okay, so it's quite good at 4 star. Increases Regnan Archer life drain by 30%. That is important. Obviously, if you have a mirror at level 11, you already have some life drain, but this is going to bring him a little bit of sustain. And a 6 star Safe Harbor. When Regnan Archer takes damage exceeding 20% of all max HP in a single attack, they gain invincibility for 2 seconds. Okay, so the team that I need to test today will be a team that has access to the backline. So obviously this is why I'm gonna run a basic call formation, nothing extreme. Okay, just 2 ultra rares with Holy Trinity, and obviously I'm not gonna run it against Astral. Astral has no means of getting to the backline. Let's play against Zeron. Obviously Zeron will not be the greatest, well, won't be an opponent that will be hard for that. Hi Ivica, welcome to the stream. I think I'm gonna play against Dragon Mutare, and it's not going to be like any top tier Dragon Mutare team. It's going to be a very simple team that people are running currently. Okay. Oops. Okay, I know there's a lot of formations on Dragon Mutare team, but what I want to do is I want to make something similar. So I'll be playing 2 Ultra Rares with Holy Trinity against 2 Ultra Rare against Holy Trinity, because we're not testing Dragon Mutare, we're just testing the weapon, how the weapon performs on a KOF team. So I believe I'm gonna run Harpy as well to provide any additional extra damage. Okay, so what I'm gonna test is I'm gonna put Regnan Archer up here. Okay, so we want charges to actually get to Regnan Archer and start doing some damage, because we're gonna test the weapons survival skills, the skills that they add. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move 2 charges, so they're gonna rush down that lane. Okay, everything else will stay the same. Let's see the result without upgrading the weapon. Let's see if it works the way I want it to work. Okay, so yeah, as you could see, the Regnar Deadeye, whatever it's called, has had its HP brought down quite low, so that means some of the units died. But let's make sure they attack the enemy charger units, actually attack them instead. Okay, so if we switch places here. Okay, good. So they are dying here. That's brilliant. Okay, so it doesn't matter that the KOF has lost. Okay, guys, this is what we are testing at the moment. First 2 stars, we want to see how much of a difference this fight will be. So 206, this is where the fight finished, and the Regnan Archers lasted 18 seconds. Okay, good. Let's get the weapon to first level 100, and after that, let's unlock it. Yeah, 19 seconds they lived, so let's go with exclusive. Let's get it to level 100. So obviously this is just a stat increase, but it's quite important for any units. So let's see if upgrading that weapon to level 100 makes a difference. Okay, so that was 18 seconds. So same scenario. Okay, so the fight was much longer. Did they survive the same? Okay, so 20 seconds. That's 2 seconds increase. It's quite, well, it's significant. Let's be honest. Okay, 2 seconds out of 18, so that's a couple percent. Okay, but that's just pure stats, okay? Nothing really changed. Now let's get this semi Archangel Angelic Alliance thingy on that miracle. Okay, so they got the chance to 50% chance to resurrect and recover 30% HP, and each unit can trigger it up to 2 times. So this is a 4-man unit. So basically this can happen up to 8 times. So as you can see, they still died. However, they lasted much longer. Okay, so 22 seconds. That's another 2 seconds on top of what was happening. So that's basically a 10% 10% long. They lasted longer for. Okay, I'm looking for ranged unit. So unlocking it is a good survival boost, basically. 2 seconds might not seem like it's a lot, but it's 2 out of 20. So can you remove graphic noise? You mean all these graphic things? Where was it? Okay, all done. Okay, let's go. Where is it? By the way, guys, next week hopefully I'll be able to unlock Darkness Elemental, and we will be able to test it. I'm looking forward to it. It will be a first of it. First of that commander units. Oh no, champion units. So that would be interesting. Okay, so each time Regnan Archer triggers, that damage reduction is increased and tenacity. Okay, so this is an additional boost to the survivability of the unit, which is quite nice because they are rather squishy, okay, but they also deal out a lot of damage. They are basically a glass cannon unit, and that's what they're supposed to do. They bring in the burst, but they need to be protected. So as always, it's a 50% chance, which on top of all the other RNG that is already might change the fight. Yeah, so as you can see, this time around they're just gonna win this fight. So even though they died, the fight has been won, so it's quite good. By the way, fish with a full with Mythical Weapon deals out a lot of damage. Hello Ellie, welcome to the stream. Okay, so 22 seconds, so basically the same, but it's all to the RNG, so it seems like it's a lot, but since they are already targeted, okay, they are the main target of the charging units, it doesn't really matter how much survival, how much the tenacity and defense they got, because they're gonna die eventually, and obviously it's not gonna last a second later. But however, if they're playing against, let's say, gem with green dragon, this will come in handy because there won't be yeah, obviously it's only a 3-second buff, so that's also not much. Yeah. So increase regular archer units damage by 25 and unit damage reduction by 5%. Okay, so before I do that, okay, we need to have 2 scenarios now. So obviously this is the scenario that they die, okay, but they still win the fight. But we want to see the damage increase here as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put them so that gives them time to actually dish out some damage. And as I said, I'm not gonna write down the numbers because I really don't. I didn't even prepare a spreadsheet for all that this week because Sadly, I don't have as much time as I used to due to all the college stuff and etc. Obviously, we can rewind the stream and see the damage charts as well. This is what I like running. Oh, actually, the tanks die quite fast. I like running Cassambel with this burst trio at the top. Yeah, so that's interesting. Yeah, so this trio in the same line does a lot of damage, as you can see. Ancient Sea Monster is out damage, all of them in a normal damage, 3 damage, obviously that. So 420 million damage, okay, in that scenario before we increase the weapon star and give it a little bit more damage. So 420, that's the number to remember. Okay, so unit damage by 20 and damage reduction by 5 as well, so we can run 2 scenarios as well here. Let's first run the damage one. By the way, guys, there's going to be 2 questions. First question will have 3 winners, second question will have 2 winners, and 3 diamonds going your way. Okay, let's speed it up. Still lost, still similar time, and let's see the damage. Okay, so that's a 90 million damage increase, which is quite good, guys. Okay, it's almost 23%, just out of my head. Okay, so that is quite a big boost when it comes to damage. Now let's see, this 5% damage reduction shouldn't be much, okay, as an improvement, but we can run it, okay. Okay, so that was 22 seconds. As you can see, it's better if they actually die. So 21, so as I said previously, RNG is being RNG, so not really much of a difference when it comes to the survival. Oops, hold on guys, I think I just closed the stream window. Okay, it's good, it's still on the screen. Okay, you can see the stream screen, that's good. Let's move with arranged. So at 3 stars, this is another RNG, guys. So this fight will be, all these fights could run very different, but to test that alone, I will need to spend like half an hour running different scenarios. Okay, but I believe this is a good boost, especially if you get that first buff. This will melt the tanks, and yeah. But let's see. Obviously, let's see what it does. So now we won't have any spell effect, but that's good. All we want to see is basically the skill animations, and we'll see how it performs. Obviously, in this scenario, I'll have to do some manual casting to change the RNG. Did you notice any text? Because I didn't in the chat. I'll need to slow that fight down. Yeah, well, I'll have to run it again. So 22 seconds, same thing. Let's just put. So that was 520 previously. So when it comes to the survival, obviously it's not gonna give us anything. So let's run this a little bit slower. Okay, every 8 seconds. That was only 22 seconds. It's that these units survived, so it could cast only twice really, because all the skills cast at 25, 55, 255. Okay, so tactics training, life stealing bolt, Firepower support. Okay, if you guys spot anything, just please tell me. Firepower support. Tactics training. Yeah, I don't see any skill description here. But this fight was easier than previously, and it is a little bit of a boost, isn't it? I can't remember the previous one. Sadly, doesn't say here. This is one thing that I don't like. They should give all the skills, but obviously they got limited data here. Okay, so if they use, I think they seem all called differently. Let's try that again. Okay, I'm gonna change the seed a little bit. Okay, so I'm just gonna cast a different spell. Yeah, I didn't see any from them as well. That's why I'm wondering. Okay, so now the seed will be different. So that means life still involved. So that's nothing. Okay, that's what was there. Okay, so as you can see, I changed the seed and the damage increase is quite significant. Okay, this is why all these tests will have different results on your server, guys. Okay, keep that in mind. For some of you, this weapon might be like a huge boost. Obviously, this weapon is good. Okay, don't get me wrong. What I wanted to say is to tactics training, shooting support. Okay, so these two skills, this is the skills that are actually shown. However, there was also one more. Yeah, tactics training and shooting support. The other one was called life something arrow. Okay, so might be it. However, it is not here. Okay, every skill is ocean current, mythical arrow, storm, hurricane. Okay, so all of them. Yeah, life stealing. So maybe that's storm. Who knows? Yeah, but definitely increases the damage. Okay, this did increase the damage. Okay, let's go here. 580 was the each time Regnan. Okay, so attack speed. Yeah, lifesteal and arrow. So attack speed and attack and attack speed of all COV units by 20%. So this is going to boost the whole team, and that team was already winning against this Dragon Mutare team in 45 seconds. Hi, I'm new to the game. Watch many your vids. Why I'll test against Dragon Mutare? Is she best in game? Most of my tests are against Astral without Naga, but I also test things about Dragon Mutare because she is the most versatile hero in the game. If you run Dragon Mutare, you can run it with every other formation. You can run it with Inferno, you can run it with Cove, you can run it with basically everything. So this is why people want me to test formations against Dragon Mutare, and this is why these tests are so exhausting when I'm fighting against Dragon Mutare, because you can play Dragon Mutare in many ways. As you can see, I play here basic Dragon Mutara with Holy Trinity. Okay, let's run that test. Could it be his Hermes from weapon just with different name? It might be a localization error. Again, the skill description in the weapon is different than the one happening here. But let's see if there's any. Well, obviously it's gonna be Lifestealing Bolt. So that was the skill. Okay, so there was firepower support, and there was another thing that's got blocked basically by that name. Okay, so yeah, so probably a different name on the screen here. So the fight was 10 seconds faster, guys, in this scenario. Okay, so that's 25% fight duration down by increasing the attack damage and attack speed of all the COV units by 20%. So this is a huge boost when it comes to the whole team. Okay, so 4-star is definitely a great addition to your COV team. Obviously all other are good for the unit. Okay, so this basically is for the unit alone, as well as that, which makes it quite beefy. Yeah, if you're not against units that actually can one-shot it. Okay, because like you saw that Harpies and Evil Sorcerers, they just demolished that after all these buffs run out, so it doesn't make a big of a difference. But if you're playing against Green Dragon who accesses the backline, this is going to be a big boost to the survival of the Regnan Archer. This, on the other hand, boosts, that one, 4-star, boosts the whole team, and it's big boost, guys. 25% fight duration goes down because of just that. Okay, so that is quite good. Now we got before we move, Darkness Ella will be interesting, but I wonder how the Necrochamp will be, since he will be next. Yeah, according to the leak that happens in the avatars, seems like this will be the next champion. We'll see if they change anything or not. Right, guys, before we move any further with this test, let's do the first quiz. As I said before, there will be 2 quizzes. First quiz will have 3 winners. Second quiz will have 2 winners. For those of you who are new to the stream, the only thing I'll need from you is an answer, A, B, C, or D. You don't need to write the whole answer, okay? It saves you time by just typing A, B, C, or D. Whoever shows up first on my screen, well, first 3 in this case, will get the 500 diamonds sent by email, usually by Friday. The only thing I will need from you is the ID, which you can copy from your profile and the server you're playing. If you are my viewer for a long time, obviously I probably have you written down somewhere, so I won't need that information from you. So guys, prepare. I'm gonna count to 5 seconds and we're gonna see first question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay guys, so the correct answer is answer 3, Deadly Arrow. Right, so let's see who answered correctly. So Adrian C was first, however he answered with A, which is an incorrect answer. Then we got Ivicia, who answered with answer C, which is the correct one, so that's our first winner. Ivicia, just to confirm, EU48 server. Then we got Sai Ryu, who answered with B, which is an incorrect answer. Next correct answer is Michael Larson with C. Let's see if I got Michael. Yes, Michael, you're from EU56 server, if I remember correctly. And then we got Łukasz Szymański with answer C, which is the next correct answer. Łukasz, I don't have your details. Can you send me your ID and the server you're playing on? So these are our 3 winners. Okay guys, congratulations. We're gonna move into the test just after I get details from Łukasz. So I don't want to miss that information. Okay, so yeah, where we are. So we got the weapon at 4-star, guys, and I believe this is very important if you're playing Cove. Getting that to 4-star at least. This is a significant boost to the whole team. Okay, it's gonna make your Cove team much stronger. And next 2 will be just to boost the survival of the unit, because this unit does a lot of damage. It doesn't need any, well, obviously every unit needs more damage, but this unit already does a lot of damage. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, before we move further, we're gonna see how long does this unit survives without any more increase in the stats. It was 22 seconds before. Okay, thank you. I got your info. 106 server, that's correct. Your ID matches the server you're playing on. Let me just copy that into my notepad. So that's EU 106. Okay, so that's the first 3 winners. There's 2 more winners to follow at the end of the stream. So yeah, 24 seconds in this scenario. That's how long they survive. So now we're gonna increase the life drain, which should increase their sustainability, which is again good against units that don't have an access to the backline, but they deal damage to the backline, if you know what I mean, like Green Dragon that can really burst these units in the backline. But it doesn't do consistent damage, just like charges getting into it. I'm not sure if you guys can hear, but my daughter is playing Dinosaur in the background, and I can hear her roaring. I'm not sure if you can hear that. That's funny. Right, so let's see, 24 seconds. Okay, so basically after they die, they got this revival chance, and it doesn't really do much. But as I said before, it's just basically because they are against a unit that constantly hits them and can one-shot them. So every sorceress. Okay, so 23 seconds. That's RNG again. If I'm gonna show you guys what I mean by RNG and by the seed for those of you who are new to the streams. So basically, this is the fight. If I run this fight again, I'm gonna have the same result. Okay. The only time the seed changes is when I do something, and what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna cast that spell somewhere there, and now the fight is going to be much different. As you can see, this time around, Dragon Mutara wins. Okay, so this is what I mean by seeds. Okay, in 22 seconds. So basically, this is still between 1-2 seconds difference in here. So if the charges get to the backline, it doesn't do much, but if it's against units like Green Dragon and others that deal damage to the backline, it will help. Okay, it will help significantly, because once the initial burst is down, you can top your HP by lifesteal here. Okay, so this will be quite good. So safe harbor when Archer takes damage. Okay, so this should actually help against the backline charges. Okay, so whenever their HP exceeds, the damage they take exceeds 20%, they got invincibility for 2 seconds. So in theory, that should happen 5 times before they die. So I believe this should be huge. When it comes to the time increase on their survival, this should at least give them 8 seconds. So I'm looking for 30 seconds survival time here. Let's see if that's going to be true. Let's see if that invincibility is going to work. Obviously there's going to be a shield from Judy and stuff. Okay, that's the first immune. That's the second immune. That's the third immune. And they survive the whole fight, guys. So this is huge. 6-star is definitely worth investing if you're playing against Dragon Mutara and etc. Okay, the ones that have charger units that can easily access your backline, because obviously Dragon Mutara can move them. So okay, so now you want me to add Manticore to see if actually she's going to survive 3 charges. Okay, yeah, I can do that, no problem. But yes, 6-star, maxing out this weapon if you main Cove is obviously no-brainer. If you play that as a secondary team, which is quite expensive, guys, and you have the means to get that weapon, get it to 6-star. If you don't have means, 4-star will be quite good for a third or second team Cove. Okay. So yeah, let's add Manticore. Okay, let's see if 3 charges can actually destroy the Regnan Archer. Okay, so that's Judicator's immunity. Then we got 1 immunity. They are not even close because I took out Angel. So obviously a different result because we removed 1 unit, put another one, but look at that damage, okay? It's big, okay, so remove Medusa, put the Angel back in. Let's do that. Okay, so this is the last show before we actually move to the last question for today. By the way, guys, on Sundays, this stream I'll still put them and put, yeah, that will help the Manticore to survive. That's a good point. On Sundays, I'll always schedule the streams at 7:30. However, I might be running a couple minutes late because like today, my daughter had a play date. So basically, at 7 o'clock, I left the play date and I had to drive here to make it here. And she didn't want to leave because she had such a great time. It's almost her sleep time anyway. So yeah. Let's go, let's see, this is the last thing. As you can see, this paladin, okay, it has +3 Gear of Time emblems, and it just dies instantly to this combo of these 3 units, which I believe if you put Seer, Regnan Archer and full and maxed out Revi, this is probably the strongest kill lane. Okay, so yeah, Regnan Archer is a really good unit. Its damage and burst is on par with Naga. Similar results when you run a tower against this thing. So I should get super fan multi charges in 3 seconds. Yep. So yeah, guys, this is it for this stream when it comes to testing. I'm just gonna do the last the last quiz question. And before I do that, guys, do you prefer that kind of testing weapon instead of me doing all these data and stuff? Because usually I do the data, I write down stuff, which takes a little bit longer. But this was like a quicker test, basically, and this will allow me to test more weapons, obviously. It's not going to have all these in-depth info, but it shows you how this weapon works, okay? And we had couple SSR units weapon like Psychic Elemental, which obviously boosts psychic damage quite a lot, but it's not really a top tier weapon because the unit is not top tier. And this weapon actually is on top, or is on the same level as Naga weapon. Okay, I believe this is true because as you can see, by maxing that, Dungeon has no chance. These charges, free charges with +3 Path of Assassins, because that's what they were, okay, couldn't take down Regnan Archer alone. Okay, guys, thank you for your feedback. So this is what we're gonna do, okay? Instead of me focusing on all these info, data, blah blah blah, which really only is good for me because then I can see. But this also tells us, okay, we know what exactly happens. Okay, 1 and 2 is good. It's not gonna make your Regnan Archer survive against charger units. It will against Green Dragon, etc., who has initial burst and then there's no damage to the backline, because you will survive and you'll eventually top up your HP. When a charger unit gets to the backline, it constantly deals that damage, and that's why they die. However, if you get that weapon to 4-star, then you have this big boost to your overall team, which, as you could see, dropped a time of the battle by 10 seconds, which is amazing. Consider the fight only lasted 44 seconds. And then at 6-star, again, this makes this unit very hard to kill, even for charges, okay? And in the meantime, this unit takes down the charges. As you could see, they just got demolished. Does she had power on her? Yes, Ivicia, she had a power. I have the same emblems on all the units I had when I was testing Mantis. I didn't have time to move them around. Maxan, Necro can't kill anyone. Necro is in a really bad spot at the moment. So Necro usually is paired with Cove at the moment. So yeah. Yes, Darkness and Embrace or Enlightenment, I always forget, I always butcher the name, is quite a good choice too, especially if she procs this 300 attack speed buff. Yeah, and obviously you'll be able to see these new champions on my stream first before they hit the game. Okay, guys, let's focus. Let's do the last question, and this will be me finishing the stream so I can put my baby to sleep. So, as I said previously, same rules, but this time around only 2 winners, as I can only reward 5. Maybe once these streams have more viewers, I'll be able to negotiate with Ubisoft and get some more rewards for you guys. Inferno is not in a bad spot. I would say the change when they gave commanders Nemesis buff brought up Inferno. Okay, if someone is running Judy in his team, it really benefits Inferno right now. My Devil can actually stay alive because everyone, even if he dies, everyone else is still doing a lot of damage, especially Venom Spawn. And my Inferno is good in COG and BOG, as Ivica is saying. Okay, it's really good there. Obviously, as a main team, Inferno is a no-no. Don't get me wrong, but as a secondary or third team, it's quite good. Okay, guys, so let's jump to the question. I'm gonna count to 5 seconds, and a second question is gonna pop out on your screen. All you need to do is answer with A, B, C, or D. Don't need to write down the full answer, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, sorry guys, I didn't notice that. I didn't mute my mic when I was eating. And I was enjoying it. Let's be honest, I'm really hungry. I haven't eaten anything in 4.5 hours. Right, so the correct answer is D. Hey NoPack, welcome to the stream. Let me just quickly transition. Yes, oh, it's a range type unit. And the first two answers, the correct answers were provided by Michael Pernell. Michael, I don't have you in my notes. Can you provide me with your user ID as well as the server you're playing on? And let me quickly show you where the user ID is. So you get your user ID from the in-game. You just can copy it from your profile and paste it on the chat. Thank you. And now, Opac, I got your info. Let me see. Okay, so yes, the only thing I need to from you is to confirm you're playing on EU5 server. If you are, then I got you. I'm still used to all the late night streams. Yes, but sadly I got college first thing in the morning, so I can't stay late anymore because I need to go to shops and stuff like that. So I had to move the date. It's not ideal for me as well, trust me, but I'm trying my best to at least give you out guys these diamonds, okay? Because it doesn't cost me anything, and it's good to actually give something, you know. Since I've done the streaming, I gave out like almost 100,000 diamonds already. So, oh, over that. So I'm really glad I could actually give something out to all these community guys. Okay, they are good. There are good events on official Discord as well. So a lot of people are trying to reward community because it's hard to come by these diamonds and stuff like that. So yes, guys, this is pretty much it when it comes to Era of Chaos. However, guys, there are a couple other games that I started playing. I just started playing a game yesterday. It's one of the kind of base building games, but it's not as pay to win as it seems. And if I got time, I'm gonna show you guys it on the stream now. If you bear with me, basically this is it when it comes to Era of Chaos, guys. I'm gonna move to show you a game that I've been playing, and it's a base building game that is not as pay to win as some other games are, and I'm really enjoying it. I just started yesterday, obviously, so I'm in a honeymoon phase, but it's the new Lord of the Rings game. So if you are familiar with the franchise, you might actually like it, because this is a game that shows you how Ubisoft could do a Might and Magic game. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. I really like the Heroes of Might and Magic franchise. Okay, and since they finished on 7, I believe, or 8, there was not a game that was, well, basically Heroes 3 is the best one. Okay, Heroes 3 is the best that happened. Everyone other after that wasn't that good. Maybe 5 was quite good as well, but yeah. But what I'm looking is for something on mobile. Okay, it's not like your usual. Yeah, I'm logging in now. Pack now. Just need to make sure there's no, because I need to log in. This game actually requires a good settings on my BlueStack, so it's loading. But a few things I'm gonna show you, obviously, that in game, but it's I'm gonna explain what a typical city building games are about. It's about stealing resources from your enemies and killing as many units as possible. This game is not about that. Okay, resources are not as easily obtainable, and you can plunder your enemies from day one. It's all about strategy here. It's all about factions. If you watched Lord of the Rings, you know there's quite a lot of factions, like Mordor, there's Rohan, or others. So yeah, and this is what this is about. You want to get the cities here, okay? And so far I wasn't able to get even close to any cities, and I wasn't even able to get close to any of the enemies. Right now I'm just building my force, leveling my heroes and stuff like that, which is what I was doing playing Heroes of Might and Magic. At the beginning you just focus on your area and you will get links to the there's no invite perks, and this is what I like about this game. The only thing you can buy there is yeah, it sounded like show it. Yeah, but never mind. So the game is loading, guys. It takes a little bit of time to load on BlueStack. It works very well on the phone. Okay, so I might have a freeze as well, but let me quickly show you the loading screen as well, because as I can see, I don't need to log in anywhere. Okay, it's not showing on my BlueStacks. As you can see, there's a blank screen here. But it should show soon, hopefully. If not, I'm just gonna give you the name of the game. Okay, so this is the game I've been playing. You can quickly Google it because it's at 88% loading time. So let me just quickly transition to that. So the screen. Oh, come on. Yeah, this is because I'm running so many programs in the background as well. This is why it's so slow. Okay, it's at 97%, but it's still not showing on. Let me try again. Let me add another window. So that'll be game capture. Okay, I'm stuck at 99%, but yeah. So a little bit more about that game. So you have to choose a faction before you start the game, similar to games like oh, I forgot the names of most of these games. I used to play a lot of war games back in the day, spend a lot of money on them, and then just basically give them up. Was not interested in them, but this one caught my attention, and the ring is frozen at 99%. Yeah, but you can look it up online at the moment until I log in. And just to tell you guys, I think I'm playing on server 162 or something. There's a lot of servers, but the reason for that is there is a limited. Obviously, everyone will want to play their own they loved faction, but they're trying to balance it. So basically, there's a limited amount of players that can play Rohan or the elves. Once the limit is reached, you need to choose a different faction, which is quite nice because everyone will just play one faction and dominate the area. But this game does not allow it. Okay, come on, load up, load up. I should have loaded up before. Okay, it's at 100%, so there's a progress, guys, for those of you who still stay here. Okay, I'm gonna close that. Maybe it was free some RAM memory. Yeah, okay, I got black screen now, so that's a progress. It's no longer just a blank screen. Okay, I might just log in much faster on my phone. Just to tell you guys the server I'm playing and the faction I'm playing, if you check this game out, okay. Okay, let me just restart the game because it's taking way too long. Yeah, exactly. Black means something is loading and frozen. Blue means, well, nothing's working. Yes, Michael, I did. NA58 and server matches as well. Sorry, the name. Okay, so for those of you who decide to download the game or check it out, um, okay, so I'm playing on server 162. Okay, so this is the server that I'm playing on in that game, and the faction I'm playing is who are they? Run. Okay, so this is the faction I'm playing, and the guild I am in is the Hint. Basically, this is the info unit if you want to play. I believe they still got some spots. Yes, 2 more spots, but obviously they will kick some inactives, and we're gonna get a guild level soon anyway. Yeah, so uh, it's an interesting game because it's not like other games. As I said, it also is a seasonal game. Okay, so you play a seasons in this game. Each season is couple months, and after the season, all your resources, all your keep levels, all your hero levels get resetted, and you start from the scratch, and you can choose another faction. On top of that, you keep all your artifacts levels, you keep all your artifacts, and you keep your hero's prestige, which is like a different kind of level which you increase by items. So you give a hero an item and you can unlock this hero. So you can unlock all the heroes in the game. However, there are 3 different rarities, like a common, rare, and legendary. Okay, so the legendary one will be harder to unlock, and the resource comes from events and etc. etc. The only thing you can buy with money is season pass, which gives you some artifacts and some prestige items, and the currency to summon prestige items, because you roll for prestige items. It has like a gacha mechanism where you roll for prestige items to unlock heroes instead of unlocking heroes. Another thing is a monthly cards, obviously. So basically 3 very common itemizations. So you have a cheap monthly card, which gives you the premium currency, and you have another one that gives you the gacha element currency and some gems or diamonds, I'm not sure, or crystals, whatever they use. Yeah, because every game uses a different currency. And yeah, obviously it's a territorial fight, so you have your own fortress in the middle, and you have to capture tiles. Okay, so you need to capture tiles instead of teleporting your base. Okay, so let's see, game capture. Okay, so I am in the game, however, try. Okay, I got it, guys. So this is how the game looks. Okay, let me just increase it. Okay, so this is my fortress. Okay, and most of these war games, when you enter, you get like a castle layout. Okay, in here, no, not really. So this is what it looks like. Okay, so you can build, and it has a very nice layout. Okay, it has a layout of heroes of might and magic. Okay, where you choose what buildings you build. Okay, so I'm trying to get my main hall, and this is what I'm gonna do, 8 towers, because I'm gonna go to sleep soon, so I can put it in. Okay, so that's gonna give it. Every building has a different thing. Okay, so this is like your main buildings here. On the left, you got your barrack buildings. Okay, so it's called Eastern Quarters. Okay, every faction will have different names, and then you have these tier units. As you can see, there's only 3 tiers, which tells you another thing. It's quite easily obtainable. I played 1 day and I'm on tier 2 already. But then you also have an improved unit buildings, okay, and etc. etc. basically. Okay, so you can recruit different units. And there's only 2 different unit types, ranged and melee. However, both of them can be mounted. Okay, there's no like charger unit, but both of them can be mounted. And obviously, there's different things. So how it works is you have your commanders, and you assign an army to them. Okay, so this is like another Heroes of Might and Magic. Okay, and these heroes. Let me just assign some army, because obviously I was healing quite a lot. This game is not easy. You will need a lot of different units, and you will need to heal them. Okay, so this is how you assign units. You can have 3 units on a battlefield. I could add 1 more. However, I only have a quite significant amount of these 2 units. As you can see, I have power here and how fast they move, stuff like that. I got 15 out of 16, so I can actually either increase that to 16 out of 16, which increases my power, etc, etc, and I only have 3 heroes. Now, you get market, so you can get some gold by taxes. You collect taxes, basically. This is how you get gold. You can't get gold any other way, and you spend gold upgrading units, skills, and stuff like that. You can recruit units in a barrack, and you can choose all the units you had previously if you have built their building. Okay, you got it here. As you can see, requirements for these units and how many I have. So yeah, it's worth building all the units you can at all the time. As you can see, I'm running out of the resources. Actually, I need food. Okay, so I'm not gonna build anything at the moment because I need to put a little bit of thought into that before I move forward. What else? So basically a market where you can purchase items, and you can also, another thing from Heroes of Might and Magic, you remember these guys? You can exchange resources. Okay, obviously you can heal units, and as you can see, I got quite a lot of wounded because I've been fighting a lot. When you start the game, you have a buff that reduces the wounded amount and the dead amount, because every fight your units will die, some of them will die. And as you can see, there are these tiles. Okay, the tiles have different levels from 1 to up to 13, and they look different, and they give you a passive income of resources, which you can see here. And if you press on these tiles, you can see the limit I got. Yeah, this is why this game is so good compared to all others. Okay, and you can see all the tiles I have. The tiles give me a ring power, which comes in every hour. As you can see, I got 8,000 to collect. I collect that. I go to my ring. My ring has a talent tree, which was like something like a wheel, a skill wheel in Heroes 5. I add some ring power and I can upgrade it. Okay, so that's what I like. Okay, I like these kind of things. Obviously, you got events happening, so the journey begins. You got territorial expansion, stuff like that. Nothing so far that promotes heavy PvP. So from day one, you just farm enemies, you make them quit, cry, and whatever. Okay, so at the moment, okay, so this is a season. This is a season 1, and as you can see, this is a special hero in this season which requires currency. You can purchase that currency, but you can also get it free from different events. As you can see, if I go here to challenge, this is your seasonal pass. This is very common in every game now. So you get a free version. Okay, so as you can see, I can get some currency for the summons as well as some artifacts, etc. However, if I purchase it for $49.99, which is like even cheaper than our monthly pass in Era of Chaos, you can get an orange artifact. Okay, okay, so you get an orange artifact here. Okay, it costs you $49.99. Was the BGM? You mean music? Okay, so BGM is quite nice, but obviously I have it turned off. Hold on, settings. I'm not sure if you will be able to. Is BGM music? No, it's okay. What do you mean by BGM? Then I might have misunderstood it. Well, let's put some music on. I just need to get to the settings of. Okay, I'm not sure if you can hear music from the game. Let's see. I need to increase desktop audio. Can you hear it? Very nice and calm, yeah? Action packed as well. Okay, I'm gonna can you still hear the music? Okay, so basically this is my city, and as I said, there are tiles. Capturing tiles requires energy. So let me, if you can't hear it, then I'm gonna turn it off. because I want to be able to hear what I'm talking about. Just not so loud. Okay, hold on, guys. I really need to invest in a second screen. Okay, so the music is off. Okay, so as I said, tiles. You need to conquer the tiles, different levels, etc. They give you different resources, as you can see here. The resources are capped, but there's no chance you're gonna ever get that capped. I explained the ring, as you can see, it's still going. There are like very strong objects that you need to conquer. There's also a big map. As you can see, this is the big map of the world. All of this is conquerable. Different factions obviously are reflecting the map from the Lord of the Rings, and obviously I play Rune because that was one of the few available on this server. I'm located here. Obviously there are neutral buildings you can conquer like Golden Vial Keep, but there's also obviously the ring, Dol Guldur. This is your main objective. This is where the ring is, and you want to conquer it with your guild. So this is what this game is about. It's not about killing players, but it's about getting the objectives, just like Heroes of Might and Magic. Obviously, to get the objectives, you need to kill the players, okay? But it's not the goal of the game to make players quit the game, okay? This is what happens in most of the war games, okay? You either spend a lot of money or you're gonna get demolished by one attack and quit, okay? So this is the building everyone's gonna fight for, and this is the goal of the season. If you go to season again and you go to, well, obviously there's a ranking, so personal ring level. As you can see, I just started yesterday. I'm a little bit behind these guys and I'm level 11. Production, which is your souls, okay, and the warband. Warband is your guild, okay. So we are guild number 7. As you can see, every faction has like one main guild, and then they go secondary and third, okay. So I'm in a faction that has low population, so there's only one strong guild at the moment, and we are rank 7 compared to all these guilds that have like 50 members and so on. So yeah, this is the main goal. Obviously, press that. The UI at the beginning, guys, will be very confusing. Okay, if you played other war games, this will be confusing for you. It's not as clean as others, but there are a lot of good shortcuts. If I press that button, I can see my control panel where I have all the queues. I can buy a third structure queue, which costs $4.99 for 30 days, but I'm running out of the resources. I don't need another building to build because I don't have resources for that, obviously. And you have everything here, okay? You just press and it moves you to the right thing. So very easy to use and maneuver, which is quite good. Consider things. Obviously the fights, you need to fight for every tile. Every tile is being defended. You build forts. If you build a fort, you can move your units from your main castle to the fort, and that fort will be like a small castle where you can send reinforcements to change your formation, etc, etc. Okay, so it's quite good. So the tavern, okay, you do missions here. You can recruit the tips. The tips are like missions where you send your commanders onto and get some respect or prestige for these heroes. As you can see, these are the normal heroes. You have the stronger heroes, and you have the exclusive heroes, which, as you can see, are the main characters from the game, from the movies, as you can see. And to get that guy, I need some golden totem that I give, and his prestige goes up. And if I get 9,000, I'm going to unlock him. So every unit is obtainable, but obviously there will be events where you get them. The Book of West March, or whatever it was called, gives you the look at the story, basically. So you go through story chapters, quite easy to do, but it gives you some rewards, and only one unlocks per day. So it's quite important to do. As you can see, there are some guys here. Most of them just started the game, but this game is confusing at the start, and these are quite good, few good buffs that I only have for 1 hour, so the stamina is less spent. So basically, each tile requires a stamina. At this beginning it costs you 10, afterwards probably 15 or 20. So you want to get the highest possible tiles as quick as possible. Obviously you start with the ones you can. So basically, as you can see, I got some free and 2s as well. Here are the tiles. Okay, so as you can see, I still have 1s. Okay, so 1s are still important because you take this tile so you can move to another tile. Okay, so if I got that tile, I can move and destroy these units, and then I can just cancel that tile, so I still got a spot. Okay, so this is why it's quite good game, because also your tiles are quite important, the way you set it up, as you can see here. Yeah, I got my tiles up to that point, and every faction also has a capital which you will need to defend eventually, because the guys will just move and attack you, but before they can actually go into my area. Okay, so let's say these blue guys want to go invade me, they need to declare war on us, and you declare war in your warband. Okay, so you declare a war and you can access enemies territory, so you're quite safe playing the game without it. And the most important thing, guys, is you don't need to worry about shield. Okay, what happens in most of these games, if you forget to shield for 1 hour, someone will teleport and destroy you. So if some games do this shady thing when they put the shield or the maximum duration of 8 hours. Okay, some people sleep more than 8 hours and they need to wake up early to put the shield, or otherwise they get destroyed. This game does not support this kind of a gameplay, and this is what I like. Okay, this game doesn't require much attention, but everything you need to think about all your steps. Okay, so basically now I can start clearing tiles number 6, which I can find here. Okay, so I'm lacking on, let's say, iron, so I go for iron. Okay, basically the levels are set up by the amount of the souls you can get for the ring, so I know that's the soul I need now. So as you see, it highlights me that one. Okay, that's level 6. I can attack it because it's adjusting to my tiles. But I can also search further. Okay, so let's go with, okay, so it shows me that tile, but it shows me the next available, and so on and so on. Okay, so the UE might not be user friendly at the beginning, but once you get used to it, it's really good. I don't know how to, okay, yeah. Yes, obviously you march. When you press march, you select a team, a hero, with the units, and each unit has different power, and as you can see, the power of the enemy is here, your power is here, how much stamina it costs, the travel time, and I don't even know what that is, but yeah, I'm still learning this game myself, but I find this game quite good, and really there's not much to spend on, as I'm gonna show you guys. Okay, I spent £1 on that game to unlock this hero. Okay, if I like the game, I'm always willing to spend £1 on the first recharge, and this is why I've done it for that game. So I unlocked that hero, Camille. Okay, it costed me £1 to unlock a third hero, and you really want 3 heroes. But you can unlock them instead of going for prestige. I went for prestige on that guy. As you can see, I got him to level 3 prestige here. If I didn't, the resource I used for prestige in that guy, I could have used on a different hero and unlock him. Okay, so there are a few options. Okay, but £1 for a game is really not a big investment, and you support the creators of the game. I never had problems with NetEase. Netmarble is a different story, basically. Yeah, so let's go through the shop. Okay, so season pass $49.99, and as I show you guys, quite a lot of good rewards. So these are the items you use for the respect, prestige, whatever. This is your gacha currency, Mafon medal. Yes, obviously you can buy like artifact, which is I didn't spend money on artifacts, and my commanders already have like 3 or 2 yellow artifacts. Okay, so it depends on the luck. Okay, so where we shop. Okay, so the monetization, obviously you can buy quite a lot of gems or diamonds, whatever the currency is called, and you can speed up buildings. Okay, this is basically what you pay for, speeding up buildings, but all of us will get these buildings eventually, and most of us will run out of the resources, and I didn't find a way to buy resources for that yet. So resources are the limiting factor. As you can see here, this is the monthly packs that I told you about. So you get Basically the crystals, or you can get the currency every day, okay, depending on what you want. Construction queue, so you got a 30-day +1 building. Limited gift packs, this is another thing that is quite worth buying. Can give you an orange artifact or anything. It's quite cheap, but I'm not buying it at the moment because I'm in a honeymoon phase, so I'm just chilling at the moment. Don't want to invest too much into the game, but so far it seems like I'll be playing that game for a long time because it doesn't require a lot of my time and attention. So obviously, as you can see, you can buy if you buy the pack for the Carmel, you can buy his Shadow Essence to boost his respect a little bit higher, but £9 for 300 is quite dire. It's quite expensive. You got a 3 daily pack. You can buy 2 marathons for 199, so the other pack is quite good. You can speed up the tasks. As you can see, this costs this premium resource. You can buy research yield, okay, mock battle experience. So mock battle is you basically play. You can farm your tiles. I'm gonna show you guys that soon. Obviously, you can boost the production of your resources, okay. But it doesn't give you the resources instantly, okay. So that's quite important. You don't buy. You don't just buy resources to max out your keep in one day, which happened in a few games that I played, okay. It still takes time, and obviously to battle, so that's another, but that's quite expensive for a couple of these things. No, definitely not one. Yes, so now, but this is another thing that I don't get it why. Okay, there's few ideas I had how to make it playable. Okay, but this is the closest I got to. Even Ubisoft made this game. I'm not sure if you guys follow me long enough. They made a war game in Might and Magic world, but it's not even as close to being as good as this one is. Okay, and this game is going to be fun because it's going to have seasons, and these seasons will get reset. So your progress, well, your tower, basically your buildings, you start from scratch and you play it. Okay, it's going to be fun. It's not going to be whoever gets to the highest keep level keeps that keep level and demolishes. Everyone will start from scratch. Okay, so that this gives you the chance to actually fight the battles, because you're not afraid of never coming back, because you will eventually reset they will eventually reset this season, start new season, and you start from scratch. So at the end, everyone will be fighting. Okay, everyone will be dishing it out. Okay, so that's nice, and this is why I like it. So if you guys decide to play this game, make sure you join server 162. You join Run. You can join any faction really, guys. If you want to play with me or against me, I'm fine. And as you can see, as I said, this is my warband. We only have 7 spots now, so that's because we leveled. Okay, every time you level, you get more spots, and these levels go fast at the moment. Okay, if we get more levels, you can see we can do fortresses. Okay, fortresses can work like forts and stuff like that. As you can see, we got quite a lot of members, and this shows you the rings. Okay, the power of the rings. Have to choose the same faction. You don't need to choose the same faction now, but you can choose whichever you want, but some of them might be blocked, okay, because there's a limit of the players for each factions. Okay, so obviously at the moment, when you start the game, you won't be able to choose the server. The server will be given to you. Basically you'll create an account on the newest server, and then you need to go to the account, and you need to go to account management and change your server. As you can see, I'm on server 162, which is special. I don't know what that means. But yeah, and this is where you'll find me. Okay, and I won't be doing videos about that game, guys, because I don't have time to do videos for. Alright, that's nice. I didn't even know I can choose the server now pack, so yeah. Okay, so yeah, if you want to play with me, you can, and basically I believe after your fortress is level 2, apply to the guild. The guild is free to join, yeah, so make sure you just press it, or just contact Nasir or Lecter and tell him you know Gorax, okay. I'll actually contact one of the guild leaders. Okay, so as you can see, there are chats. Okay, and these chats work better than the ones in Era of Chaos. You also choose dwarves. Oh, so you will be playing against me. So you will be spying. That's fine, okay? This is what I like. I like to play with my viewers, but I also like to play against my viewers, okay? I don't only play Era of Chaos, I play other games as well, guys, okay? Some of them I play for a long time, some of them I just quit after 3-4 hours. But I try different games, and if you guys got a game you like to play, just give me a shout. I also played Pokemon Unite, but I got bored. Played League of Legends like 7 years ago, so MOBAs are no longer for me. Also, although Pokemon Unite is quite good, okay? I believe it's a fun game. It's not as competitive, but it's fun game. Alright guys, I don't want to bore you anymore. I need to do some stuff here. Obviously I don't want to stay on a computer as well. I want to put my daughter to sleep, so I'll do that and then I'll jump to the game on mobile and play it. So thank you guys for staying with me today. Hope you enjoy the stream. I'm gonna try to do these streams every week, and we'll do this fast forward testing instead of me doing all the data, because obviously if the stream is only 45 minutes, everyone has a chance to get back and watch whatever they wanted to. And I'll message Jane today to make sure she sends you guys all the diamonds. Okay guys, enjoy your night, and I'll see you next week where we will test Darkness Elemental. Bye guys.